And good afternoon. Welcome to Today's Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stan Salter along with Keith Fustel on a beautiful hot Friday to get you
Oh, yeah.
going for the 3-day race weekend. Glad you're with us. Did you just see Mark Lapidus? He was sprinting up to the clubhouse or tips up there to get in
To
front of a
cash a
TV.
ticket.
Well, maybe to cash a ticket and get in front of a TV and watch us. He knows where to be. Everybody's right where you need to be watching us, all the information. We're going to give out lots of videos, stats, and a Big Ten race card, Stronach 5, Rainbow Pick 6. Where do we start?
I'm glad we've got a few guys that pay attention.
Sure.
We do a lot of work. We put in
Yep.
our homework a lot of hours and try to, we're here to help the public and kind of teach you a few things. If you're older, experienced guys, maybe you wake you up on a couple horses that maybe
Yep.
you glazed over when doing your handicapping for each racing card at Laurel Park and at Pimlico. So no, I like today's betting card. I mean the whole card is a good betting card all the way through. I've got some value along the way. I'm excited. Get this weekend started.
All right, good stuff. Let's show you what we have on top. The Stronach 5 is going to be heavily involved here with Laurel Park. We kick it off race 8 today right here at Laurel. We kick off the Stronach 5. It's about 4:49. Laurel Park race 8. Then we go to Gulfstream Park race 7 for leg B. Leg C right back here to Laurel Park race 10. Then we go to Gulfstream Park race 8, and then Gulfstream Park race 9 wraps it up. It's a guaranteed $100,000 pool. Now they bet over $166,000 into it last week. Industry low, 12% takeout on the Stronach 5. It paid over $1,300 last week with a bunch of short price favorites winning. So each week it's been paying well. I have a $72 ticket today for the Stronach 5. We'll show you that when we get to race 8. Also today, nice carryover. Don't sleep on this. Our 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 will start race 5 on the Big Ten race program. And there's the carryover, $19,400 for the Rainbow Pick 6. Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket for that. We'll check that out when we get to race 5. Let's show you a picture of the beautiful conditions. We're fast and firm. All right, we're on the All Along and the Dahlia turf courses today. You see there, you see nice green turf course and a fast main track. 88 sunny, might get up in the 90s today.
It's hot. There's no doubt. A little humidity today. Get yourself maybe hydrated on and off. A little beer, a little water. A little beer, a little water, and get through your Friday. Make it a happy Friday. But no, keep yourself hydrated on a day like this.
For sure. All right, here we go. Race 1's going to kick off the Rolling Super High 5. That has a low 15% takeout. No carryover, but we have it every race with 7 or more horses, so keep your eye on that throughout the day. Sometimes you can catch a nice big carryover in that Rolling Super High 5. Also, race 1, we kick off the popular Early Pick 5, which is a mandatory payout, industry low, 12% takeout on all the Pick 5s around here at Laurel Park. I have a ticket here for this opening Pick 5. Let's take a look. Let's take a look here. $48 ticket. I'm 4 deep here in the open. It's a tough maiden special weight, 5.5 furlong turf sprint on the All Along. I go with the 2, 3, 4, 7. Race 2, I go with the 1, 3, 6 there. I can't find a single here in the Early Pick 5. You're going to have to maybe turn me on to one. I'm 2 deep there. Races 3, 4, and 5. My best bet and price play of the day comes in the second half of the card. I'll tell you who they are. You can study all of our tickets on the website, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. $48 ticket there for the Early Pick 5. Our man Ronnie Gerardo, he's checking in. He's paying attention. Pimentel, he's on a bunch of live runners today. Let's get right to it here. Race 1, maiden special weight, fillies, 2-year-olds, 5.5, All Along, no rail setting on the All Along turf course. I go with the 4 on top, Naughty Thoughts for trainer Anthony Ferrier. Javion Toledo gets aboard this filly by the factor, and, well, she really hasn't run a bad race. Yes, she's been the beaten favored her last 2 here in Maryland, but 2 good seconds behind some talented runners. So the buyers have been consistent. Now she tries the turf for the first time. She has just enough early speed to give Toledo a nice stalking trip. I pick her on top. She's your 2-1 morning line favored in this race. You go against her altogether.
Yeah, I mean, the factors, they're fine on the turf. Bottom side, the mare was 0 for 2 on the grass. Siblings 0 for 5 combined. You know, that's a smaller sample. Certainly, I think is going to be part of the pace flow. McCarthy rode this horse all 3 times. Now he's going to go ahead and go for a Barney Rides for a Lot. Cal Lynch with a firster by the name of Jens the Boss. I'm going to settle on this 2-year-old filly by Street Boss. Street Boss with about 11 or 12% with the first-timer sprinting on the turf. But we've got a stat here for Cal Lynch, and this is a barn you have to pay serious attention to in these 2-year-old races in Maryland. Last 2 years, 6 for 20 and 13 for 20 in the money with the 2-year-old firsters. ROI close to $3. The bottom side has 1 sibling. Okay, does Jens the Boss. It's a horse. It's I think a stakes. A stakes winner, stakes close in the stakes, I should say, on the turf at Gulfstream. There's talent there in this family. I think Jens the Boss is going to be ready to go first time out for Cal Lynch and Trevor McCarthy, a deadly team with these 2-year-olds. The 3, Dixie Cannon, another firster by Freud. We know Freud's can handle the turf. Out of the barn of Kelly Rubley. We don't have to tell you what she's been doing of late. One of the strongest barns around over the last couple months, and she hits with a good rate, a positive RO and a good percentage, I should say, with the 2-year-old runners. That's Dixie Cannon, 2-3-1-5. One's going to be my long shot to throw in there. We haven't seen these imaginings yet on the turf stand. What we have seen is some speed from some of these 2-year-olds by Imagining. Imagining himself could carry the speed, went very long on the grass. So I'm interested. We've got a couple today by Imagining making the turf debut. I'm going to use this one as a price shot here out of the barn of Carla Morgan.
Yeah, she can win at a big price in these maiden races, Carla Morgan. I didn't use her. I throw the 7 in there. Hello, Beautiful. Sheldon Russell rides this filly by Golden Lad. And she ran useful in debut at Pimlico back on May 10th. Russell was aboard that day for his wife, Brittany Russell. He's back aboard today. So she'll get a nice trouble-free trip on the outside and probably should improve in her second start. Brittany recently 4 for 8 and a big positive ROI with maidens making her second start. So the 7, Hello Beautiful, could be a factor here in the opener.
No doubt. I was trying to get that name of Jens the Ball sibbing. Shanghai Starlet. She's 4 for 9 overall, too, as well, the lone sib. So things bode well here for the 2.
All right, so a nice group of 2-year-old fillies here. Maiden special weight runners, 5.5 on the all along. I'm 4 deep there in race 1 with the 2-3-4-7, but might have to use the 1 Little Lion Girl on a bigger ticket. Let's turn the page here. You like the early pick 4. That starts in race 2 today. Let's check out your ticket and see how you played it.
Yeah, Friday gets started, $12 ticket, $3.6 to get you started. Key scratch in the second. Scratch the 5, Freedom Bella, who's going to be a strong favorite in there. Also take out the 2, Holy Freedom, leaves us with a field of 5. I go 3 and 6. We can flyer maybe a little price shot with some speed for the Frog Boys going turf to dirt. The third race, 2, 3, 4, and 8. Really, I think that is a wide open route for the fillies and mares. Non-winners of 2 variety. I got a spread in there, 2, 3, 4. And here's my single stand. And you know, you've talked about it before. You don't like singling in maiden races, much less a maiden 10.
Sure.
Chicken Dinner. I do worry about the 5 Kim Sped at a price for Linda Albert, but I think Chicken Dinner just break, and I think she can go ahead and dictate, go wire to wire in race 4 with a clean break. Race 5, 1, 4, 5. There's your ticket, $12. Hopefully kickstarts us to a good day, and we can roll that over into the later races.
All right, well, you had some decent prices there in the 5th race. That's a nice 5.5 turf sprint maiden 40. We'll get to that race. So some nice races here in these early multi-race sequences. Let's check out the second race. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 8,000 filly mares, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. I had the 5 on top. The 5 Freedom Bella was your 8-5 morning line favorite. Big late scratch here in the second. The 5 Freedom Bella is out. The 2 Holy Freedom is out as well. So the odds are going to be all over the place here with those 2 scratches. The 1 G's Warrior, I think, is going to be one of your likely favorites.
Certainly.
This horse taking a big drop. First off the claim for Steve Glacera. Strong barn here, and he gets the good ride in Bug Boy Julio Correa. I don't like the drop's a little suspicious. I don't like the inside post, but this filly catches the right group today to get back in good form.
Yeah, kind of a stalker in here, it looks like, trying to make a move into it. I always worry when you claim off a Rob, and much less now you're dropping in half. This is the people, the owners, they bred this filly. Looks like they sold her for $1,000, got her back for $16, now dropping for $8. I do not know what to make of G's Warrior. She should make a run into it with this relief. Ephus needs to break a little bit better. So slow breaks the last two. Good trip. Got a really good trip when breaking the maiden at Pimlico, and just didn't really kick on when caught wide against a better field. Foggy Dreams came back out of that win to run well. I'm going to go to Weekend Flyer. I think Weekend Flyer, turf to dirt, speed is going to be a major factor. Maybe the 7 Lucky Lady Lucy's a little quicker out of the gate. I think Weekend Flyer is going to get first run, if not, right on the lead here, dropping class at Jam Job for the Frocks.
Okay, we have a video Weekend Flyer late May at Pimlico going 5/8 on the. This was I'm sorry, make that May. Make that March 24th. March 24th here at Pimlico on the main track for Weekend Flyer. This was a big effort.
Yeah.
Third against Starter Allowance Company. Starter Allowance 2 Life. Got a big 53 buyer this day, Weekend Flyers. This was back on March 24th. Last time this horse was on the main track, and they tried the turf experiment. Didn't go well. Now back to the main track at a cheaper level.
Yeah, and Snippety was kind of a key horse at the level, Stan, so you got to take that into consideration. Watch the video. She made a move into an okay pace, very willing to the end, just not quite good enough. This drop, 8,000. If this doesn't pick her head up, nothing will.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses there, just in a little different order. In the second, let's turn the page here. Race 3. We're on the turf. We're going a mile and a 16th on the Dahlia Turf Course rail at 52 feet. Claiming 16,000 filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime is the condition. And we both like the 2 here. We'll get to the 4. We have a video on the 4, Artful Splatter. But the 2, Janelle Dreams, gets Daniel Centeno to ride. Second off the claim for trainer Kieran McGee. Centeno and Kieran from a small sampling. 29% together. This horse ran an okay 4th at this level on a yielding turf course at Pimlico 2 starts ago. Ran a real good 3rd last time on the turf here at Laurel. That was late April. 58 buyer that day. So Centeno, one of our top turf riders. Second time in the barn for Kieran McGee. I like the 2 Janelle Dreams here, 9-2 right at morning line.
Yeah, you said it. Centeno, that might be the key. Stan, experienced turf rider, navigate a trip. Had the outside post towards the outside. May 11th at 2-back try and 3-back on April 25th at Laurel. We saw a similar situation with Rule Yourself, right? And Forest Boys finally moved outside to inside stand and got it done. I think Janelle Dreams, she doesn't have a lot of speed, but every bit of ground that you can save is going to help you with that final push to the wire. I used Janelle Dreams in here, second off the claim for Kieran. I'm going to go to the outside with the 8. Annie Boo Boo, a bomb shot, maybe lightning strike twice, maybe, I don't know. This is a horse that was off from July of 17 to July of 18. He came back and galloped, right, over this turf course after early trouble, first in that barn of Kenny Cox. 35-1. You see that shuffle back wide and clear, faced better next out on a good surface. Retool, they're going to protect, not in for the tag. Why not? It does, brought that game, a year ago off the long layoff. I'm looking for value in race 3. And I think Artful Splatter, we've got video. Let's watch her last race, May 31st, Stan, on the turf. Same level. Look at the internals this day. 23, 46, and 1, 10 and 2. We're going to get a nice firm turf course out there today. And Artful Splatter speed is going to be a major player today. Battle through the internal fractions around the final turn. Yeah, Music Maker. That was Delacour that just drew off. She was red hot at the time. Look at this gray down on the rail. She's still trying, Stan.
Sure.
She's not really gasping. She's giving her all. It just gets nipped for second by Needy Rides, again, the beneficiary of that pace. If Arbutus doesn't come and bring that big speed, Artful Splatter, I think even a little extra ground might help her chances. Get a little softer half mile, 3/4. She's going to go a long way in here for Rodney.
All right, so we both like the 4. I didn't use your big long shot there, Annie Boo Boo, but Kenny Cox quietly having a solid year. He's 21% winners on the year. He gets back with Angel Cruz there on Annie Boo Boo. All right, so Keith looking for a big price there in race 3. Let's turn the page. Another pick 4. The middle pick 4 starts here in the 4th race. We're going 6 furlongs on the main track. Maiden claiming 10,000 filly mares 3 and up. We both have the 7 on top. We have a video spotlight of Chicken Dinner. Here's Chicken Dinner's last race. Here's the start.
Yeah. And this is what you don't want to do when you're sprinting. You're down inside. You break a little awkwardly to the outside. This Chicken Dinner takes a little bit of a right turn and bangs around with that horse just to its outside, the 2 horse. And then has to rush up. There we go. We're going to carry it in here. Had to rush up into a okay pace. 22 and 4, 46 and change. Is going to dual head and head around the turn and fade a little bit late. Fourth only beaten 5 and some change. You see there gets hooked up with a 50-1 shot. You hate seeing that. But just took the starch out of Chicken Dinner. I'm looking back at this field stand. There's some horses that have kind of been close to the front, but nothing through the kind of fractions that Chicken Dinner had to battle through on June the 8th at Laurel. Second off a little bit of a break. We talked. Greg Wilson does a good job with these horses.
Sure.
He doesn't run a whole lot. He can handle these lower level horses. Just we need her to come out of the gate cleanly today.
All right, so I have her on top. I think she'll get a nice trip on the outside, breaking from the 7 hole. We both like the 6. Picture a good second back in early June right here at Laurel Park at this level. She's had several shots at this level, and she doesn't have the strongest finish, but she likes to pick up a check. Riaz back aboard for Donnie Barr.
Yeah, she's had a lot of tries. She's picked up a couple checks. She knows, made 30,000. I like the way, she kind of was ridden a little bit around the turn, but give it a chance to settle early. I think that's going to be her key. That'll help her finish. Kind of a stalk and pounce kind of trip you're going to get with this. These two horses don't bring a whole lot to the table, but all going to be awfully short prices. So, yeah, if you've got information on any of these horses, because the rest of them are going to escape at an okay price, Dan.
Sure, yep.
The 5 might be that one. You use her. You've got her 4th. I've got her 3rd. She ran okay in debut, retooled. You see this plus 180-day small sample, but a positive ROI for Linda Albert. That's the 5, Kim's Pet. She could show a little bit of speed.
All right, you get 7 pounds off with the apprentice Felix Pinero. She only has to carry 113 to 5. Kim's Pet's going to be a big price in race 4. Speaking of big prices, you get a couple of big prices home in the Rainbow Pick 6 sequence. You might take down the whole jackpot. Let's get a quick commercial break. When we come back, Rainbow Pick 6 starts in race 5. Carryover, it's almost 20,000. We'll check it out right after this.
Join us for Jim McKay Maryland Million Day on Saturday, October 19th at Laurel Park. Come with friends and family to Maryland's Day at the Races, a celebration of Maryland's horses and lots of fun for all ages. Enjoy a full day of racing, including on-track entertainment between races. Don't miss the hat contest, 3 categories and wonderful prizes. It'll be fun for all at Laurel Park, Saturday, October 19th. For more information, visit MarylandMillion.com or LaurelPark.com.
All right, welcome back. Today's 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6 will start in race 5 on the Big Ten race program. We have a nice carryover. Let's show it to you. 19,400 today for the Rainbow Pick 6 starting in race 5. My co-host in the afternoon, Tim Tulloch, he has a ticket. Let's check it out, see how he played it real quick. All right, there's his ticket, $64.80 play. You can study it some more on the laurelpark.com website. Underneath the handicapping section, looks like Tim has a single in race 9. He has the 8 on top. A Canetta, Rosario Montanez rides for trainer Rudy Rodriguez. We have a video of that mare's last win, which was at Pimlico at this level, coming off a little freshening. So the 8, A Canetta, she's in good form, and that's Tulloch's single in race 9. That's our nice upper level allowance feature of the day, going a mile on the main track, race 9.
Yeah, it's a really, really interesting sequence, tough sequence. I was interested to see whether he was going to be able to get away with, not, going at least 2 deep in each race. No, he chose to have a single there, and it keeps the ticket affordable. I think it's still a competitive race, that 9th race. Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to race 9. Let's check out race 5, big field, going 5.5 furlongs on the all-along turf course. Maiden claiming 40,000 for 3-year-olds and upward. I have the 4 on top. We both have the 4 on top. Rising Perry. We have a video spotlight to show you Black-Eyed Susan Day at Pimlico. Here's the start.
Yeah, you see the trouble here. Contact from each side, had to steady, was pinched back at the break. A decent-sized field of 9 there at Pimlico. This is Black-Eyed Susan Day, right? The 17th.
Sure,
Yep. And was able to kind of recover and move well within himself around the turn to kind of reach contention. Top of the stretch is going to split rivals through the final 1/8 of a mile. Time flies by. was I think that was the shipper, right? Coming in from the fairgrounds, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be able to kind of go with a wide trip to get up. Look at this effort. Game down towards the inside after splitting rivals is Rising Perry. I like the turn of speed that this horse showed after trouble. A clean break. Positionally, should be able to stalk Ready to Run, because Ready to Run, he wants to do one thing, and that's go right to the front. He's awfully quick. He might shake clear and go a little bit further than what he's been going. He's the one to catch first off the claim for Kieran McGee. I think Rising Perry can get it done, though, for Damon. Second off the claim.
I agree. So we both have the 4 on top. We both used the 1 Ready to Run. We have a video of his last race, June 9th, right here at Laurel Park, maiden 25,000. If we have that video for Ready to Run, I think we have. Yeah, here we go. Okay, June 9th, there's Ready to Run down there on the inside. In a dog fight, a big stretch battle for maiden 25, 5.5 turfs. Going to end up finishing a good second behind Creative Artists, and was claimed this day by trainer Kieran McGee. So this was a big effort. Gets a big 65 buyer speed figure. Got a 69 buyer the time before at Pimlico. Now steps up to the maiden 40 today. Centeno takes the call. This horse has some early gas. I expect Centeno going to try to get a sharp break and catch a flyer here on the 1 Ready to Run.
You know, and doing what you should do for your owner, playing a little cat and mouse game with Susan Cooney. Hey, if you want this horse back for Colonial, you're going to have to pay a little bit. You know, that's the other move.
Right.
That's part of this game, and I'm sure they were either going to target this move to reclaim or go down to Colonial for the purses down there. But Ready to Run is certainly very fast and had to battle with Kukulkan, who was pretty quick early, and I like the heart that he showed battling back after ceding the lead around the turn. So Ready to Run, a major player. How about the 5? Christmas in the City, Xmas in the City here for Trombetta and Larry Johnson. You remember this mare, right? The Dam, All We Want for Christmas. 2 for 15 on the turf. Stakes place was awfully fast, made upwards of $110,000 on the turf. This is the first foal. Has another 2-year-old on the way by Heartspun, but I think this 3-year-old by City Zip, we know they can run on broken glass.
Sure.
This is going to be an interesting first to the tab. The 5, Christmas in the City.
Well, it's a homebred for our Larry Johnson. They spent $50,000 to breed the City Zip, so she's he's well bred for trainer Mike Trombetta. Been training up there at Fair Hill. You get Pimentel to ride. Pimentel, Trombetta, 23% solid from a big sampling of horses. So, yeah, I didn't use the 5, but the 5's going to be dangerous here.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get a 4-1 exacta here. The 2 out of the park I used coming off the layoff for Rodney Jenkins. They were high on this horse last year as a 2-year-old. He ran a couple big races. He was a good third in the Maryland Million Nursery, then a couple other good thirds, and fell apart last December. Now he's freshened. He's a 3-year-old. He's grown up. He's trying the turf for the first time today coming off the layoff.
Yeah, just looking to kind of switch things up for him. But, no, he was touted, no doubt, early on. That first race, I know we got some whispers up in the press box on this one.
All right, so 4-1 exacta. Keith and I agree there on top in race 5. Let's turn the page. Race 6 will kick off the late pick 5. No carryover today. They hit it last Sunday, but as always, at industry low, 12% takeout on the late pick 5 starting in race 6. A nice big maiden special weight for 2-year-olds, 5.5 furlongs on the Dahlia turf course, rail setting at 52 feet. Big scratch of the
Huge.
2 on the turf, 5-2 morning line. The 2 on the turf is scratched, so I end up on part of the entry. Both, the 1A Determined Force is scratched, but the 1 Heart Hero runs for trainer Phil Schoenthal. Forrest Boyce rides this colt by Imagining. You were talking about Imagining on the turf. This horse has been working well, very well. Comes into today's race off a bullet half-mile work June 19th here at Laurel. 46-2, the fastest of 31 works. That's a big move, and gets a good outside post. So lots of like here of this colt for trainer Phil Schoenthal.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a couple notes here on this one. Half to Awesome Flower, multiple winner on the turf, ran upwards of a 92. This is paid a lot of money for this 2-year-old colt. And how about this? Formalities aside, the mare.
Sure.
8 starters. 3 of them have won first time out, and 5 of them in the money. Okay, so that is a strong first out percentage for this mare. Formalities aside, this horse is going to be okay. It looks like today, making the debut on the turf. The 9, Torres del Pane. Dave, I'll let you pronounce that one. By Carriganite, I think we're seeing this is a newer stallion. Won the Breeders' Cup. We actually had a couple bucks on this horse back when he won the Breeders' Cup Mile when I was out at Santa Anita for Equibase in 2014. Got a 110 buyer that day. Has had a 2-year-old first-timer win already on the turf. I like that. I think the 9 is a player here for motion and a couple other price shots. You're looking at the 4, Jack's Dreamer. Gary Williams Jr. with 2 horses in this race. One of them trained here by Salzman, was training at Laurel. Jack Milton, a Pletcher runner, we know was a very, very good turf horse. The mare has had some firsters, okay, 5 starters, 2 winners from those 5 starters have won first out, 4 or 5 in the money in debut. Half to a 3-time turf sprinter is the 4 Jack's Dreamer. And another price horse, our man Bernie Houghton, Stan, the 7. Okay, Manor. How about this stallion? Brand new, okay, Hampton Court. We got multiple winning sibs on the bottom side. But this guy has produced 2 turf sprint winners already. 2 for 2. He's had 2. Both of them have won. That's
Court.
Hampton Court.
Okay.
Yeah, for the 7. So I know it's a lot of information. We're throwing everything at you. But looking for some prices, maybe it's kind of a good thing to 2 scratch because this is going to really kind of expand things from a betting standpoint. You're going to lose a little bit of value, if you wanted to go against this too. But some sneaky firsters in here with some serious turf breeding. In race number 6.
Yeah, and you might end up getting a nice price on the 10. He's not tapping. A 2-year-old by Bandbox. You get McCarthy to ride for Chucky Lawrence Colton, working well up there at Fair Hill. So some well-bred 2-year-olds. They've all, a bunch of them, been working well. This is going to be a nice maiden special weight 5.5 on the Dahlia Turf Course there, race 6 to kick off the late pick 5. Let's turn the page here. Race 7 will start the late pick 4. We're on the main track. We're going 6.5 furlongs. This is a 25,000 starter allowance, 3 and up. Never won 2 lifetime. Optional claiming 25,000. The 2 is my price play of the day. We'll get to the 9. We have a video on the 9 Marylander, but the 2 kosher contract, my price play of the day. 6-1 morning line. That might come down with the scratch of the 1 Hargis, who is 5-1. So we'll probably get about 4 or 5-1 still on the 2 kosher contract. We'll get McCarthy aboard for Dale Capuano, a good third at this level. Last out, going 6 furlongs. Now you get 6.5 furlongs today. It might be a nice distance for this closing sprinter with McCarthy aboard. So I like the connections. I like the price we might get on the 2 kosher contract.
Yeah, 6.5 was my concern on him. I'm going to use him underneath in the exactas, get that last little bit. Can he follow through after navigating the trip from the inside? 6.5. We don't run this distance a lot at Laurel Park. I think Marco Island is going to take a lot of play. I don't think you can leave him out. He comes out of a strong field turning back in distance. I think he makes a move from the middle of the pack. Marylander, you've got a video on him. Let's go to my top pick real quick, the 7, though. Can we talk about the 7 real quick? Hey, Prez. Now, looking at this race stand, I don't see a lot of true speed. Hey, Prez showed speed. The blinkers go on. He's kind of a late announcement. I did not have the blinkers on the early racing form. I've got him on this. It says, right, blinkers on?
Blinkers on.
Yeah,
Hey, Prez.
Yep. All right. Good speed at Parks, a little heavier surface last time. They're going to protect this horse second off the claim. And how about this? Second off the claim, dirt sprints, last couple of years for Lacey. 3 for 15, it's okay, but that ROI is over $6. I think Hey Prez is going to escape at a little bit of a price. Not a lot of speed. This horse has gone a distance of ground and run some okay numbers. I like this one. Second time in the barn for Lacey Gaudet. Pace factor throughout.
Guess who I saw walking in today? One of Lacey's biggest fans.
Who's that?
Her sister, Gabby.
Really?
Yeah, Gabby Gaudet
making her presence
on
okay.
site. She's here
All
with
right.
a camera crew. They're doing a feature package for TVG. So just race trackers. They're looking for good stories. People that worked in horse racing for a long time. I got a few of the details, but
good.
Good to see her. Former on-air host here for our simulcast show. Gabby Gaudet here with us. She's doing her thing today at Laurel Park. Good to see her, and good luck to Lacey with the 7 Hey Prez. I didn't use that horse. You'll get a nice price there. Let's check out the 9 Marylander. Let's show you the video April 6th here at Laurel Park on Marylander. It's a nice big win. There he comes off the pace. He's about mid-pack right now.
Yeah, Marylander, I think this is what he wants to do. He wants to sprint. He's going to ramp up saved ground. He got a great trip that day, worked himself outward to make a run to get up to going away by a length and some change. I actually thought he was going to run okay on the turf. We know the Sevilles have run all right. You looked on the bottom side, the mare, there was turf there.
Right.
Just didn't pan out. Then a mile in the dirt against a killer, top line growth. We'll forgive that. This is the game. He wants to settle, make that one run in the sprint distance to 6 to 7 furlongs. Well, he's going to get 6.5 today. It should work for Marylander and Forest Boys and Robbie Bales.
All right, so we both use the 9 Marylander. Nice group of starter allowance runners there in race 7. Let's get right to the big Stronach 5. The popular national wager starts right here today at Laurel Park. Race 8 is leg A, the first leg of the Stronach 5. A big field going a mile on the Dahlia turf course, rail setting at 52 feet. There's the lineup of races for the Stronach 5. All right, Laurel Park race 8 starts at about 4:49, then Gulfstream Park race 7, and back to Laurel race 10, and back down to Gulfstream for race 8, and race 9 at Gulfstream is the 5th and final leg. All legs except leg D, Gulfstream race 8. That race is on the dirt. Legs A, B, C, and E are on the turf. So there's my ticket. It's a guaranteed $100,000 pool, industry low 12% takeout. There's my $72 ticket. Leg A, I have the 1 Delightful Lana, but I also like the 8 Miss Aja Brown and the 10 Schiffer Magician. Okay, leg B is at Gulfstream. I go 3 deep there. Leg C here at Laurel Park. The big scratch there with the 5 English Heiress out. Laurel Park race 10. The 5 is out, English Heiress. So I end up on the 6 Echo of Victory and the 2 Old Line Magic I use in leg C here at Laurel Park. And then I go 4 deep. That's a dirt race, 9-horse field, Gulfstream race 8, leg D of the Stronach 5. I go 4 deep there. Then my single a maiden horse and on the turf, 7.5 furlongs on the turf, maiden 20. I single on the 12, Blue Sky Kitten, a Kitten's Joy 3-year-old for trainer Armando De La Cerda. Come on, Blue Sky Kitten, number 12, in the final leg of the Stronach 5. That's a bold, brave single. I don't know.
On the outside, 7.5 on the grass.
I don't
I
single
love it.
on maidens.
Throw them out there. Go over the stand.
If you can forward more in the final leg, go a little more deeper.
You've given out, that bet, winnings,
yep.
multiple times. You can do what you want with that bet.
All right.
Yeah, you've earned it.
See if I can play it.
I love it.
Take
Take
it
down
big
again.
score.
Yep.
Well, let's see if we can get live here in race 8. 1 mile turf, Dahlia turf, rail at 52 feet, claiming 16,000. Filly mares 3 and up. A wide open, claiming 16,000. No conditions here. And let's start with your top pick. The 10 Schiffer Magician is going to be a nice price, 6-1 morning line. We have a stat for trainer Lynn Ashby. She's been on a roll recently. There it is.
How about this? Last 90 days, 4 for 14. That'll get you 29% of winners and 7-14 in the money. Turf. That's a turf runners. Look at that ROI. Close to $7. We've had a couple.
Nice. Sure,
we've been on a couple of those. Silencia was one. Right. Polish Gal was another. This is a really, really good horse race. Tough to really get through. You've got to, when we talk about this time, you've got to take, you can't take anything less than 3, 7, 2 on any of these horses. Schiffer Magician should fall in that 5, 6-1 range when it's all said and done. I think just overmatched last couple and some excuses. Not really a sprinter, first off the layoff. Comes back again, catches a yielding turf course. Then in that start of 12-5 Pugilist was able to dictate, got no help up front. And then just kind of an even effort last time in the other than at Delaware. She likes Laurel. She's going to be fine at the mile distance. I have no problem with her there. And she's got a little bit more speed to help things out today on the front. And I think that's the biggest key for Schiffer Magician. You're going to finally see the true Schiffer Magician today with the pace. You got Delightful Lana. You've got Capuchin. You've got Miss Asia Brown. German Street wants to be close to the front. So does Emelina. We know Emelina likes to go in these route races. I think the flow is going to be perfect for a horse like Schiffer Magician and even the 6 Fed Up, Fired Up.
All right, so I'll root on Schiffer Magician. That'd be a nice price to kick off my Stronach 5 ticket. Big rider change on the 12, Emelina. We're going from the 7-pound apprentice to Jevion Toledo. Toledo on the 12, Emelina. We know she's probably going to march right to the front. You don't use the 1 Delightful Lana at all here. I have
Right.
Trevor McCarthy on this 5-year-old mare by Temple City for Lupe Preciado. Nice big win at Pimlico on a yielding turf course, coming back to the races after having a couple months off. That was against Open 12-5. Then they tried the Open 20 at Parks. That was maybe a little too tough. They were trying to go short on the turf. The race came off the turf, so forget about that race. She didn't run very well on the main track, but he got a big 70 buyer in the win, 2 back. That puts her right here against this group. McCarthy can get a nice ground-saving trip on the inside. He can go to the front if he wants to. If he doesn't get the lead, he'll be close. He'll be in the front flight. A horse is sitting second, third, or fourth, saving ground on the inside.
Yeah, I just, I went against her. It was a tough race to line.
Right.
Lukewarm, I had this horse 7-2 morning line favor just because she took a kind of more play than I thought she would off that little break when she came back on the yielding turf course at Pimlico. But, man, is she as fast as Emelina and Miss Asia Brown? She may have to pass horses, something that she really doesn't like to do.
All right, so I have her on top.
Okay.
Speaking of the 8, Miss Aja Brown, we have a video of her. Let's show you her race up at Monmouth. Okay,
right.
There she is down there on the inside in front right now. This was June 1st up at Monmouth, going 2 turns on a good turf course, and this was against Open 12-5 claimers, and, well, she gets beat, but a good, respectable second, gets a 66 buyer speed figure with that race up there. That was her second race back after having most of 2019 off. That was a second race in the Rudy Rodriguez barn. Victor Carrasco gets aboard today. So Miss Aja Brown, she's going to give Emelina and whoever else wants to tangle up front early. Miss Aja Brown's going to have something to say about the early pace.
Yeah. How about the 3 for a price? Jumpin' Nancy and Forest Boys. Perfect type of horse for her to ride. Can just draft in, trying to find that perfect spot. 5.5, closes in. A mile and 60, maybe a little too far. Gets the mile today, draws inside. Second off of a little layoff, goes synthetic to the turf. This horse has back numbers that work, okay, against this type of field. There's a little bit of a price user in your exactas for a barn that's going great guns right now.
All right, yes, Susan Cooney, she's having a monster meet.
Yep.
3 wins, then some long shot winners. She's what, a 9 for 15 in the money. All right, you'll get a big price there on the 3. We both like the 6, fed up, fired up, ran well, second off the layoff, last out for Donnie Barr. Jorge Riaz rides today. The 6 is live. And all right, I didn't use the 9. Who's the 9 on the outside there? All right, well, Fergal Lynch, second off the layoff for Keith Nation, shipping down here from Delaware.
Well, just see if she magically regains the form. Look at
Has
the
the back
gaudy
lines,
numbers on the back, right? You're going to get Lynch, proven turf rider. This team is hooked up, not a smaller sample, but a big ROI and a high percentage. So I'm not going to get beat by a horse like that.
All right, so wide open, big field going a mile. Dahlia turf course to kick off the Stronach 5. Let's take a look here at race 9, our feature of the day to kick off the late daily double. Nice second level allowance, optional claiming $35,000 for filly mares 3 and up. We're going a mile on the main track. We'll get to the 8. We have a video spotlight on Acanetta's last win, but we both have the 4 on top here. Free Kitty, the other Rudy Rodriguez mare in the race. Trevor McCarthy going to ride his 5-year-old mare. She's on a 2-race win streak. She's won 3 of 4, 3 of her last 4 since Rudy Rod claimed her for $40,000 last January. This looks like a nice claim. She ran a lifetime best 85 buyer with the big win 2 starts ago against first level allowance going a mile at Aqueduct. That 85, that puts her right there against this group today.
And Rudy comes loaded here, right, with Free Kitty and Acanet. I do like Free Kitty a little bit better. Boy, she'll battle you out. I think positionally she's got a little bit better edge. Acanetta out there, is she going to be able to kind of navigate the perfect trip? I know she overcame trouble at Pimlico. Free Kitty rolling along right now. She'll bounce back. 70 buyers, she's better than that, than what she showed at Parks. 1 for 1 at Laurel. 11 for 11 in the money at this distance. How about that with 4 wins? So I like Free Kitty in here. 5-2, 3-1 in that range.
All right, so you get McCarthy. The 4, Free Kitty, going to be tough to beat here. The 5 we both like here. Darius Angel for Rob Atris. Victor Carrasco will ride. This horse a big third behind Acanetta last out. This was at Pimlico late May.
Another one, similar running style, very, very similar running styles for a lot of horses in this race. Positionally, they want to be close, but they have the ability to sit just off of it and grind out. This is going to be a really good stretch battle, I believe, in race number 9. Hey, Canetta, let's show you that rerun from its last start over at Pimlico off of a little bit of a break from late March to late May. You see the short comment in there. The Equibase guys broke in the air, 4-wide driving. There you go, right up into the air at the break. You're sitting there thinking, oh, man, $1.80 to 1, the favorite's going down today. But was able to kind of recover. Did something she normally doesn't do. She drafted 6-7 lengths out of it early. Is going to be able to get a little bit of, okay flow up front, but sheer determination, circling 4 wide and able to kind of grind out a victory was Canetta this day with Montanez. He's back aboard this afternoon. Mile fits for her as well. We've got a horse race here in race 9, Stan. Didn't even talk about the 1 Victory Rally for Mats. It's another horse that absolutely loves Laurel Park.
I was a little hard on Canetta, I guess. I used her 4th, 75 buyer with that win we just showed you. Now, she beat Daria's Angel in that race, so I picked 2nd with Daria's Angel. Had a big 80 buyer, 3 back, and a big 82 buyer, 4 back up there at Aqueducts. Yeah, nice horse race. Well, we like the same 4 there. Victory Rally, didn't grade 3. At Gulfstream in a slop. That was too tough. She was coming into that race after having a couple months off. She was 161 to 1 in there, so forget about that race. She's fresh and rested now, been working well up there at Fair Hill. You get Vargas aboard.
Yeah, wouldn't be a surprise. Nick's
Two's in good form.
And Two's in very, very good form. Like you say, this is a race you've got to go several deep, I believe, in your multi-race.
The 2 Magically Discreet we both use. It's a nice homebred for Harry Castle. She's never been off the board. Well, she's placed in her debut. Another allowance race. She has been off the board in a few races, but she's 9 for 14 in the money. She's 8 for 12 in the money here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, and Keys Up, kind of buried special included, who Free Kitty was life and death to beat last time out.
All right, so real nice feature of the day. Race 9 to kick off the late double. We're way over here.
All right,
race 10 real quick.
What you get.
We have a video real quick in race 10. Let's show you. Have Old Line Magic on top. Let's show you the race late May at Pimlico. Here we go.
There it is. And this is after a good debut. Had to work from between horses over at Pimlico, going 5/8 of a mile. Just comes up a little short. A good rally. You see that the Lasix went on a wide outside rally. Jenny Highway, the key, hit the board in its next start. 25, 2 in life, ran a buyer of 60. I like the finish of Old Line Magic. Second time Lasix for the Wasabi Ventures stable. Boy, they couple wins the other day, right? Couple prices. So Barnes rolling right along. Speed is going to be Echo of Victory, going to be the target here. Blinkers go on right to the front with McCarthy. I think Old Line Magic can kind of keep her in her sights. The sneaky long shot in here is going to be the 1, Megalomania, off since late December, 50 to 1 that day. Ran pretty good. I really like this mare. I remember this mare. Charming Megan was 6 for 18 on the grass. Ran upwards of a 91 on the turf. The Bulls Bay offspring, 16% stand turf sprints. There's your price user in the 10th.
All right,
2617.
Talked me into it. You get a good rider with Joan Rosado there on the 1 at 15 to 1 there in race 10. That's it. We're out of time. Big 10 race card today. Stronach 5 starts in race 8. Nice carryover. It's almost 20,000 in that Rainbow Pick 6. That starts in race 5. Dave Rodman, he's coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.